Hello and welcome to Ben's Addiction. The steering on my W124 2.2E is stiff. Let's check out what's happening here. Front tires has 34 psi of air pressure and my RPM is looking at around 800 RPM. So let's check out. I can hardly turn my steering wheel left and right, and it's even harder when I put my car into drive, so because the RPM drops to around 650. So what is happening here? Let's go ahead and check what can be done. So if you have one of these Mercedes-Benz reservoir like this for steering wheel, keep watching this video. I'm going to try to solve this issue with stiff steering wheel. So for a steering wheel to be stiff, there might be few issues. First, you need to check the front tire's air pressure. That's the most basic one. Second, you need to make sure your ball joints are not faulty and not stuck. Third, you need to check to see if your serpentine belt is in a good condition or not. If it slips, definitely you will have issue with your power steering. But since I have bought this car newly, I don't know what services has done, and there is the possibility that the previous owner had used wrong fluid for the hydraulic steering system. There is also one hidden service that many people miss on these cars, and we will have a look at that as well. And that service is very important for your hydraulic system. So first of all, I'm going to flush the power steering fluid from the system, and I will show you the easiest way to do so. So we're gonna get rid of hopefully every drop of the fluid inside the system. And second, we're going to replace this filter, which is very, very important, and it's most of the time missed. Okay, the first thing we want to do is to open up this cap over here by turning this knob over here to access the hydraulic fluid. And as you can see, it's completely black. So the level is pretty good, but the fluid is very dark. So let's get rid of all the fluid as much as possible, first of all. And I'm going to use my trusty brake bleeder. So let's try to remove as much as fluid. And as I said, the fluid is very, very dark, which is not good. Okay, when we reach here and we cannot drain anymore, we need to remove this nut over here. But before that, we can really make a mistake over here because there's a spring underneath this plastic piece over here, and that shows us the maximum level. So in order to remove this, we need to mark where this nut should go up to. So if you look at this rod and nut over here, you will see that flat side to it. And when the thread begins, the nut is 5 turn of thread lower than the flat space. So I'm gonna note that. So then we remove the nut from here, and then we remove the spring as well. And then using a hook or something like that, we will try to pull gently this filter out, so we can have access to the rest of the fluid. So I'll leave it like that for a few seconds for all the drop to go down, and then we go ahead and drain all of the fluid from the reservoir as much as we can. Okay, I'm going to do this job actually differently. I'm going to take off this hose from here, that's the return hose to the reservoir, and suck all of the fluid out of the system, including the cooler, the lines, and the power steering box, with adding fresh fluid into the system to see if I can do a complete flush. This is different than running the engine and forcing the steering box to push all the fluid back into a container. That's possible too, but I do not want to do that today. I just want to suck using a brake bleeder all the fluid out of the system. Let's try that. What I need over here is a Phillips screwdriver to loosen this clamp over here. And that should be enough. And then go ahead and pull this out, making sure we have rag underneath. And then nothing came out, but I'm gonna put the hose in the return hose and tighten back the clamp. Okay, this is what's happening actually. So I'm trying to use this system and it's working pretty good. It's building vacuum over here and it's sucking all of the oil. But I know it's going to suck all of the oil, so I'm going to add fresh oil into this reservoir. Just enough not to overfill it, because if I overfill it, it's gonna drop from here. So today we are going to use a proper power steering fluid. That's a swag. That's the same Mercedes part number, but it's a swag brand. The color is yellow and it's actually working very well. It's sucking all of the black fluid, and as soon as I see clear fluid, more clear fluid, I'm gonna stop this process. That's the first one, and as you can see, it's very dark. I keep going while checking the fluid level. It shouldn't go down and suck air into the system, but if it does, it doesn't really matter. That's the second one, and the fluid is still very dirty. Top up the container or the reservoir, and then I keep continuing. We're still getting very dark brown fluid because I can see the fluid is almost getting clear. More fluid into the reservoir. Okay, as you can see, it's much more clear now. It's getting better and better, but I will continue for one more time. Okay, this is almost clear, and I think that's enough. So far I have removed 500 cc, half a liter of fluid from the system, and the container is almost empty. Okay, at this point I can remove my hose and put everything back, and put the filter back as well. There we go. And then I open this clamp and put it where it should be. Tighten the clamp. Making sure it's tight enough. I'm using this brand over here, but you can find Mercedes brand or any other brand. You can find, this is what I could find on eBay. So we always put this perforated side on top. The spring goes then, and then we put on the plastic which shows us the level. Okay, this is exactly where it was. Now let's top up with more fluid to the proper level. I'll go to the maximum because there might be still some air in the system, and as you can see, we have reached the maximum amount. And some bubbles are coming to the top, so pour some more. So we consumed about 800 cc. So that's the amount you need for this service to be completed for a W124. Okay, here is the new fluid and here is the old fluid, and you see there is a real good difference between two. That makes the project worthwhile. When putting back the cap, you will notice that there is some springy action over here, like 2 millimeter or something. That's necessary for tightening the system. So we completely close and then we go ahead and run the engine. Okay, let's run the engine. I'm pretty sure the system will have enough fluid inside. Let's test it for now and then we will go ahead and check the... I feel a difference, to be honest. There is a real good difference between what I have now and what it was an hour ago. So we do this few times and then we go ahead and check the fluid level. There is a real good difference, and I'm pretty sure this is very beneficial for the whole system as well. Let's shut off the engine, open up the cap. More fluid. And that's the max line. Okay guys, hope you do this satisfying project. Enjoy it. Enjoy your new feeling for your old Mercedes-Benz with good and soft, hopefully, steering experience. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. Have a great day. Bye.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.